All right, hey, good win, man. Good win. What is that number? 5? Number 5. I'm going to tell you what, man. I didn't recognize that group that was out there in the first half. We got offense doing their thing, defense doing their thing, special teams. There was like 3 different teams out there. In the second half, you just started playing good, sound, fundamental football. And then I saw our team come together. And that's why you won, right? Good, sound, fundamental football. Coming together as a team. That's how you won the football game. So we got to learn from that. Real quick, I want to honor Josh, right? Josh Allen and his 100th start. Yeah.
Real talk defense. You keep us in, man. You keep us in. We're going to figure it out. And we did in that second half. Great team win. Love y'all. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Resilient damn football team right here, man. I'm so proud of you guys, man. That same process every week. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome into week 8 of the Sean McDermott Show presented by Kaleida Health. Thanks for joining us there at home, everybody. And Sean, thanks for spending a couple minutes with us. Big win over the Titans on Sunday. Slow start. I mean, how many times have you heard the words slow start this week after the way it went early on last week? But 34 unanswered points, and you shut them completely down defensively. You know, what's the most impressive part of that game for you?
I think the adjustments, really more than anything, the adjustments the players made, the adjustments the coaches made, and then being able to work together on that was impressive.
You know, well, Amari Cooper hits the field for you. Gets off to his own slow start, drops that first third down catch, but then comes through 4 receptions for 66 yards and the touchdown. And after the game, he says, "Oh, it's just another day at the office," right? Nice line by a veteran receiver. How was he able to come in and integrate so quickly into the offense?
Well, he put the work in during the week, Steve, and he met with the coaches, the coaching staff. He worked extra with Josh, and he's a pro. And you saw that in the game, as you mentioned, dropped the first pass, being able to mentally reset and come right back and have the game he did, especially on basically 4 or 5 days preparation. It was impressive.
Let's talk about Josh, his 100th start of his career. Kind of a big milestone, and he had no turnovers on the day. Since 2020, you're 20-0 when Josh doesn't have a turnover. I thought that was an amazing stat. He's one of the only 2 quarterbacks to go through 7 games of a season and have at least 12 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. What a turnaround for him going on. Why has he been so good this year? Why is this year different with him taking care of the football like he?
Well, he's been that's been his agenda since the spring. It really has. I remember he came in and wrote a couple numbers on my board, and he said, these are my goals for the year, and he has not wavered. And you could see that in his play. He's very driven to accomplish those goals.
Yeah. Let's talk about the young guy, Keon Coleman. Had a career-high 125 yards. He's the first Bills rookie with multiple 40-yard catches since Gabe Davis did it a few years ago. Showed some impressive run-after-catch abilities. How are you seeing him develop as a pro?
Yeah, every week he's doing a little bit better. He's doing a little bit more offensively for us, and then he's developing a little bit more. And I think more than anything, understanding what each play takes, whether it's in the run game and he's got a block, and the effort it takes, and the technique it takes, but also in the pass game as well.
During the game, Dalton Kincaid had 2 huge third down conversions, and then he finished with 3 receptions for 52 yards. And then Khalil Shakir, he led the team with 7 catches, a couple of big plays for himself in the fourth quarter. Those 2 guys, for Josh, how does Khalil and Dalton, how important is it to have guys you just know when you throw it to them, they're going to catch it?
Yeah, I think that level of trust, that level of rapport that they've built, those 3 guys, is impressive. And it's nice to have Khalil back, and not that he's 100% yet, but hopefully he's moving in that direction. And then Dalton in the year that he's having, and those plays were critical plays in terms of the win for us.
You said one of the most impressive things about this game for you was the adjustments that your coaching staff made, that the players made. Titans only had 72 total yards in the second half. They had a big first half, 217. But then in the third quarter, you get that huge 4th down stop by Dwayne Carter, a late interception by DeMar. And all year, it seems like your defense has really been able to shut opponents down in the second half. How does your defense continually make these adjustments at halftime of these games? What is the process that has worked so well?
Yeah, I think the coaching staff, the data that we pick up during the first 2 quarters of the game, that's getting communicated clearly to the rest of the staff, Bobby included, and then they're able to make the adjustments that they have to make. And then it's one thing to have the adjustment, it's another thing for the players to execute it, and that's what's been going on.
All right, great stuff, Coach. Thanks. We'll catch up with you later in the show to get some final thoughts on what it's going to take to beat the Seahawks this Sunday.
The Game Plan is presented by Energy Mark. Trust Energy Mark for renewable energy supply.
When we come back, Eric Wood breaks down the top plays from last Sunday's win over the Titans. Then Josh Allen is mic'd up for his 100th career start.
Chopping Wood is presented by St. Bonaventure University, an official education partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show, and it's time for another edition of Chopping Wood with our good buddy Eric Wood. The Bills moved to 5-2 on the season with a 34-10 win over the Titans. What stood out to you?
I'll say this, it's not easy to come in and learn a whole new offense in a week, but Amari Cooper had a really nice outing in his first game with the Bills. He finished with 4 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. And even though the Bills' offense started slow, they wanted to score 34 unanswered in this one, and it started with a big play from Keon Coleman. Keon ended up with a career-high 4 receptions, 125 yards. He had a couple huge plays and showed what he can do in this offense. Overall, it was a great job by the offense to put up 389 total yards against the #1 ranked defense in all of football.
Well, let's start with Amari Cooper. The Bills took over on a 4th down stop in the second half, and then Josh connected with Amari for the first time on a 12-yard touchdown.
Yeah, so here, Josh checks the play at the line of scrimmage, and if you look over before the play, Amari looks at Keon, and Keon just kind of points down the field. Keon said after the game he was just confirming to Amari, but he might have had to help him out. Look, it's hard to learn an offense, like we mentioned, especially learn all the new checks. So Josh here sees that the middle of the field is open. He's got Amari Cooper in the slot working one-on-one against the safety. That's a mismatch that Josh is going to take advantage of all the time. And Josh throws a nice ball here over the top of Simmons for the touchdown.
Yeah, and a little later, Josh found Cooper again, and this one went for 19 yards. What did you see on this one?
So one thing that the Bills have struggled with lately is beating man-to-man defense. Here, Amari Cooper's one-on-one down at the bottom of the screen, 3-by-1 set. So you got 3 up at the top. You got Amari Cooper one-on-one, and Josh Allen is just going to his new #1 receiver. And this guy was brought in to do things like this. Josh makes a nice back shoulder throw here. And look, these back shoulder connections are not easy when you've worked with a guy for years, much less a guy you've worked with for a week. So this is a great sign for things to come.
And now let's take a look at the rookie Keon Coleman. He had a career day. He jump-started the Bills' offense with a 44-yard catch on the Bills' first scoring drive. What did you see on this one?
Yeah, so on this play, Josh Allen gets tremendous time in the pocket, and he works out of the pocket to his right eventually. Keon Coleman ends up getting jammed up at the line of scrimmage initially, but he just buys time down the field. And then one thing I love that Keon did in this game is he was great after the catch. And so caught the ball in space, gets up the field. And look, the Bills really needed a boost at this point of the game, and Keon provided it early.
Yeah, and then in the fourth quarter, Keon ripped off a 57-yarder, the longest play of the game. What did you see here?
So this is an old school RPO. Nowadays, most RPOs are from the shotgun. This one's from under center. Think back to Brett Favre. He kind of made these popular back in the day. So Josh sees that he's got an easy access throw on the backside of this one. Everyone else is thinking it's a run play. Keon's going to run a slant route. He may or may not get the ball. Josh is going to make the decision at the line. So Josh throws him a nice ball. This ball is the one that hit off his head against Houston, catches it a week ago for a nice gain, and then here he takes it for a 50-plus yard gain. But you got to watch my man Spencer Brown. I mean, that's a 315-pound offensive lineman almost running stride for stride with Keon Coleman, who's got some nice wheels. Got to give a shout-out to the big boys up front.
Great stuff as always. Thanks for this, Eric. We'll catch up with you after the Bills face the Seahawks on Sunday.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Still to come on the Sean McDermott Show, QB1 Josh Allen is mic'd up for the win over the Titans. And later on, we take a deep dive into some next-gen stats on Sportsology.
Mic'd Up is presented by Geico.
Can't ask for a better day, man. Beautiful weather. Chance to go out there and play some football, man. Make some plays, fly around, play for each other. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, baby. Oh. Doctor. Knock him dead, kid. Love you. Love you. Hey, here we go. Hey, spray, reload, repeat, man. Shoot on 3, 1, 2, 3. Love you. Hell yeah. Yeah, let's go, baby. I love that Coop. I love that. Come on, baby. God, that makes you going. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Hey, run it, throw it, catch it. Run it, throw it, catch it. That's it.
Let's go.
Run it, throw it, catch it, block it. All right, we're set. You're so tough. You're so tough. You're so tough. Why did he? We're set.
Handoff goes to Cook. Through a hole to the 5.
Thank you.
Touchdown.
Hey, good job, 0, 0. Good job, 0. Good job. Go, baby. Go. Omaha, set!
Takes the snap. Blitz coming. Fires over the middle.
Hey, this one puts them away, boys. This one puts them away. Let's go.
Everything is scored here, so the fourth quarter, when they're winning by 11, they play.
Why did he? We're set! Come on, go get one now. Let it spin it 2. Love you. Just how we drew it up. Just how we drew it up.
Quarterback play right there, baby.
Damn, 0, they went. Hey, put them in the dirt. Next drive, let's go. Oh. Hey, great catch. Good catch. Yeah. I was a little hot there, so I had to get it out. That's more like it, brother. This has been way more. Let's spit it out to different guys. Let's get in different spots. Everybody. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Real did a good job with Coop this week. I know it's not easy to do. You did it.
Good job, boy. Congrats.
Type. We should be doing that in the first and second half, you know?
Hey, we talked about it. Every time they play Mr. Brightside, we got it.
Yes. Keep talking. I love it.
Keep balling.
I love it. Appreciate you too. Stay healthy. Appreciate you.
Keep leading.
You're a baller, man.
Reds are hot.
Huh?
You figure it out.
Figure what out?
Like that.
No way. The boy's gonna kill me. I didn't tell him I was mic'd up. That's a no-no. You guys hit it well. I didn't feel anything. Go Bills.
Next up on the Sean McDermott Show, we break down some next-gen stats in Sportsology. Plus, hear Coach's final thoughts on heading to Seattle to face the Seahawks.
Sportsology is presented by ECMC. ECMC, bringing hope and healing to Western New York.
After a slow start against Tennessee, Buffalo's offense found their groove and put on a clinic. The Bills scored 34 unanswered points against the NFL's best defense. Let's take a look at how it happened. Quarterback Josh Allen was unfazed when facing pressure on 40% of his dropbacks. Allen was 8 of 12 for 146 yards and had 2 passing touchdowns. QB1 also had a plus 23.1% completion percentage over expected against pressure. Rookie receiver Keon Coleman had his best game yet, and the numbers back that up. All 4 of Coleman's catches came while lined up out wide as he racked up a career-high 125 yards. He also generated a team-leading 62 yards after the catch and had plus 43 yards after the catch over expected. Coleman's averaging 10 yards after the catch on every reception, which is the best among rookie receivers. Let's see how this talented rookie builds off a career game.
After the break, the crew from Buffalo Bills Weekly gives us their game preview for Sunday's matchup with the Seahawks. Plus, Coach shares what it will take to get the win on Sunday in Seattle.
Seattle has the best passing offense in the NFL with quarterback Geno Smith at the helm. One of those receivers with a big chunk of the yards is 2-time Pro Bowler DK Metcalf. Metcalf was carted off the field in last week's game with what head coach Mike McDonald is calling a minor MCL sprain on his right knee. McDonald said Metcalf is going to do everything humanly possible to be able to play on Sunday. Chris, how does Metcalf's injury change things?
Well, if he is able to play, we know he's probably not going to be 100%. Now, as you said, #1 passing offense in football, so it's not a one-man show. But he is their primary field stretcher, so the burden would fall obviously to Lockett in that category and Smith-Ajigba working the underneath routes. I'm curious to see who they lean on if Metcalf cannot stretch the field and be utilized as he normally is. They're going to have other guys pulling on the rope. Maybe it's tight end Noah Fant factoring in more.
Metcalf is known to be a tough player who plays through injuries. He's only missed 2 games in his 6-year career. If he does decide to go, this is going to be a matchup to watch because of Seattle's wide receivers and Buffalo's defensive backs. Seattle has 3 receivers with more than 300 receiving yards in Metcalf, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Tyler Lockett. For Buffalo's defense, they're built to stop the pass with guys like Christian Benford, Rasul Douglas, and Taron Johnson. It's a strength-on-strength type of matchup, and this could be a huge factor in the game.
Yeah, and I think the key for the defensive backs, and this sounds simple, but it's not always easy, you have to have the first guy make the tackle. And in addition to having good form on your tackle, you need guys rallying to the football as well, because if a defensive back in a certain situation gets caught out of position, that guy's just got to hang on and wait for help to arrive. But the first man cannot miss. Yards after the catch cannot be had for Seattle.
Well, Seattle is the second best in the NFL in terms of yards after catch, but Buffalo's defense ranks top 5, allowing just 6.4 passing yards per attempt. This type of matchup might come down to who does a better job at taking care of the football.
Yes, and I think third down is going to come into play here as well. The Bills, as prolific as their offense has been in some weeks in terms of scoring points, third down efficiency has been a problem all season long. Last week, perfect example, they ring up 34 points, but they're 3 for 10 on third down. That has to improve, not only to extend their own drives and finish in the end zone, but to keep the ball out of Seattle's hands.
For more from Brownie and Maddy, including insights from players and coaches, plus exclusive interviews, check your local listings for Buffalo Bills Weekly, also available on Buffalo Bills YouTube. Back on the road to Seattle, you had 3-game road trip, then you got the game at home. Now it's a really tough road trip. West Coast, time change, long trip to a winning team, a 4-3 Seahawks team. They had a nice game against Atlanta, a nice big win against Atlanta last weekend. You're going against a first-year head coach in Mike McDonald. Think back to your career here in Buffalo. What's he going through as a first-year coach? He's got him on the right track. Yep. They're a winning record. What are some of the things that's facing Mike McDonald in his first year here?
Well, it seems like he's doing a great job. So, I mean, really, more than anything, I think is just getting the culture right and getting the team headed in the right direction. And he's, to this point, has done a phenomenal job.
One of the things going on in the league this year, we've seen some quarterbacks resurge. Geno Smith is one of them. He's leading the league in passing. Had a career revival there in Seattle, a little bit like Sam Darnold has in Minnesota and Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay. Have you ever seen a quarterback like Geno go this deep into his career and then develop into a quarterback that you can win with. Why do you think this has happened for Geno?
Well, you know what? I don't know specifically, but I respect it. I really do. To have the career that he's had, faced him years and years ago when he was with the Jets, and it's been a while. So we're looking forward to the challenge. He's done a phenomenal job, and their team is really good.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck out in Seattle this week against the Seahawks, and everybody at home, thank you for joining us here on the Sean McDermott Show presented by Kaleida Health. We'll see you next week, and as always, go Bills.
Final Thoughts is presented by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. The Sean McDermott Show is presented by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. By Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 716-684-COMP today. And by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places.